Hi, I'm Jake and this is my mum Amanda and this is my story. About 10 years ago, my dad had a fatal heart attack on a school field and collapsed. I was only 5 years old at the time, so I didn't realise how much of an impact it really did make on my life. Only when I started high school, I really started to feel the repercussions of what had happened, and it really hit me.
You struggled at school, didn't you? And then we was passed a leaflet for Child Bereavement UK. And from then I contacted them, and then and they offered some counselling sessions, and then from then you joined the youth group, didn't you? And you found that a massive help, didn't you? Massive source of support.
It brought me so much, especially relationships and friendships that it's brought, and I can tell you everyone that is in the MyPeopleClub group and everyone who works for Child Bereavement UK I have a great relationship with. And I consider them good friends, which is always good to know that you've got someone by your side, especially when you're going through something as terrible as grief. The young people's group is what I attend currently every month on a Thursday, and it is probably one of the best things I really enjoy at the start of the week, looking forward to that Thursday when I get to see everyone and I get to enjoy some pizza with some of my good friends. We have certain projects at YPAG, or Young People's Advisory Group, or Young People's Group, that help not only the group but the overall community, especially the school community. An example of this would be the art project that we had a couple of years back when we were based in Runcorn, and we painted a really nice wall, and it was about the different stages of grief and how you start off feeling really lonely, feeling really trapped, and then it gets gradually better until you reach a point where you feel like you can continue life at the pace it was. Obviously things will never be the same, but you can continue life at a steady pace.
I think it was good, wasn't it, with the youth group, that people understand how you're feeling because they're going through the same. I think that was a massive impact for you, wasn't it? So you didn't feel alone.
I think the difference between school support and child bereavement support was that child bereavement, especially the youth group, could empathise really well with you, whereas school couldn't do that because they hadn't gone through the situation, and obviously everybody's situation is different in their own way. One of the comments made that really, it didn't anger me but it upset me, was that they compared the death of my dad to the death of their dog, and it hit me, not in a way that it upset me because he didn't empathise, or that people would think that the loss of something like that is as big as the death of a parent. I know I just said that grief is grief, but the loss of someone close to you is huge. Some of the donations from your subscription and some of the extra donations will be put towards different events and different activities that the Child Bereavement run, especially for the youth group. I personally have experienced pretty much every activity, and I am so grateful for the charity for letting these events to happen. An example of this would be the trampolining. It may not seem significant, but that trampoline park and all the people that we went with built our relationship up so great, to the point where I still speak pretty much on a daily basis with everyone who went there, just because we had such a good time. And especially big projects where we went over to Northern Ireland to help a new bereavement group out there. It really did help me personally to help understand that everybody does go through grief.
Okay, so from my point of view, the charity, Jake really struggled at high school with his behaviour, and the first thing the teachers see is behaviour. So when they shouted me in for different meetings, and then I found Child Bereavement UK, and after speaking to them, they helped me realise that what Jake was dealing with as he grows up, that he's dealing with his view of death is different as he gets older. As he was 6 when his dad died, and he was with his dad, so it was a traumatic experience as well for him. It just helped me to realise how I could help him, and the youth group was a massive support for that, and the counselling sessions that they provided as well at that time, that helped him massively while he was struggling, because as a parent, well, we was all grieving. I was grieving as well, and my other children were grieving, so you're all going through this whirlpool of grief, but as a parent you still need to support your child in that as well. And Child Bereavement helped me understand his view as well, from Jake's point of view as well. So that was quite a big thing for me. And I've been a part of a support group as well, which has been other mums. We're all mums that have lost their husbands, and I was a part of that support group as well, and that was a massive, and still is, support to me as well. Knowing that I'm not alone, there's lots of women out there that have lost their husbands and are bringing up children, and it's probably the most hardest thing I've ever had to do. But when you've got that support from other people and people going through the same thing, it helps massively.
I think the best way to describe the youth group at Child Bereavement UK would be an analogy where we deal with things. Everyone deals with things differently, especially grief, but you can't put a time stamp on how you will get over it, and many people won't. And I think the best piece of advice I was ever given was, you'll never get over it, but you'll learn to live with it. And I think that's why, especially in my circumstances, I personally don't think I will ever get over watching my dad have a heart attack on the field, and that image will live with me forever. However, I will learn to live and learn to praise and celebrate my dad's time on the earth and what good he brought to other people's lives, and especially mine.